man.
Oh man, I knew this day was gonna come when we had to talk about.
Is the process over?
The crumb bum Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All that tanking, and look where it's gotten in the last couple of years. I think this is it. I think this is finally the breaking point.
Yeah, this is the breaking point. Because look, this is the same exact team as last year, except you just added Georges Niang and Andre Drummond.
We know the Ben Simmons trade rumors are out there, but theoretically, like, since he's on the team, this is what we're going with for our depth chart. But
Yeah.
there's a great chance he doesn't even start opening day. I don't think he's going to be there. Or he might just hold out a couple weeks. I mean, if I'm Ben Simmons, I mean, I would too, after our star player and our head coach publicly denounced me after one of the lowest moments of my life. I wouldn't want to be there neither. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. This is essentially the same team. And this is the breaking point. I don't see. He already publicly said he's not even going to training camp. And for him, like, because the thing is with Daryl Morey, GM, is that he, like, hates losing trades. Yeah. So, like,
he's always trying to finagle something.
Yeah, so he thinks, like, Ben Simmons is, like, the perfect route for him to be, like, the greatest GM of all time. But I don't think it'll work. It's just like, there's, like, two sides to this, and it's angering me because it's like Ben Simmons thinks he has leverage, but you don't. I shot more shots, like, of a paper towel into the trash can than he did in 7 fourth quarters. So, like, you don't have leverage. You played the worst you've ever played. Even Ben Simmons stands. I never liked Ben Simmons. I was never a Ben Simmons
stan.
stan.
Ben Simmons.
I don't know.
I'll tell you right now after.
I was never a Ben Simmons stan, but mainly because of that. I knew that was gonna happen at some point because the dude just can't. It doesn't matter. Like, even LeBron, I knew he needed a jump shot, and it happened in Miami, and he got 2 out of 3. He knew he needed it, and then now he's, like, getting older, and now he's shooting, I think, the best 3-point shooting percentage he's ever had in his career. LeBron is, and, like, for you to only not even attempt one, or, like, attempt a minimal amount in the regular season, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And you're posting videos of you shooting threes, getting everyone excited before the season, and you're not doing it in the season. It doesn't make any sense. And then you have Daryl Morey, who technically does have leverage, but then he's, like, fucking himself because, like, you're asking for, like, Curry or Klay Thompson for Ben Simmons, and that's nowhere near his value.
Well, here's my side. I like Ben Simmons. I like his skill set. Obviously, the offense, right? That's the glaring thing. Like, he doesn't like shooting the ball for whatever reason. I think he's shooting with the wrong hand still.
Okay, I do too.
I mean, every offseason, it's the same thing. Oh, Ben Simmons working with the trainer, shooting threes from everywhere, and it's going in.
Every time.
Season starts, nothing happens. But Ben Simmons' skill set is so unique. He's an all-NBA first-team defender, right? Guard 1 through 5. Like, well, can we say he's a top 5 defender in the league right now?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the defense, yeah.
Yeah, like, just his 6'10", 6'11", being able to move like him, like, that's rare, right?
Yeah.
And then you add in him being a facilitator, which he does really well. I always thought, like, the Sixers were never the best fit for Ben Simmons. Just off his offense skill set. Like, if he added the jumper, maybe he'd help him. Because I never thought they'd go far with the way he plays. Ben Simmons is a center who could play point guard.
Right. Yeah.
So you put him on a team where he could run the 5, and that gives, like, kind of like a Bam, right?
Yeah.
He's a way better playmaker than Bam.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just needs to find that right fit, but with him and Embiid, since Embiid is one of the premier centers in the league, it's kind of hard. You know?
Yeah, because Embiid works 5 feet out from the rim.
Yeah, so you got Ben Simmons who can't shoot, and you have him stuck in the dunker spot.
Yeah, like,
it's never gonna work. Like, you could try to add Seth Curry and Danny Green. The amount of shooting, great shooters, but it'll never work with Ben Simmons if he doesn't wanna. At least shoot. A mid range.
Yeah, just a mid range. Like, even I guarantee you. just the mid range would open up so many things. Like just the mid range. First of all, you're 6'10". You're 6'10", and when you jump, you're now like what? With a full arm extension, you're like 7'8" at 7'8" at like peak jump, like 7'8", 7'10" probably. No one's contesting you.
I mean, he has the ability to be a great finisher too, but I mean, we saw what happened in the playoffs when he passed up the layup.
Passed the dunk. The dunk.
I've seen Ben Simmons dunk in traffic in a crowd before, but Trae Young is the one who just. I don't know what he saw. Maybe he thought he could make the better play to Batiste. I don't know.
Who knows what he saw?
But like, my fantasy was always pairing him in Dallas. He could be our center.
Yeah.
Porzingis at the 4. And that'd be a heck of a lineup because I mean, he can catch.
You'd have to give up your entire roster.
Yeah, no, he could set picks, but like him playing the point guard, it's just I don't know.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Ideally, if you're a point guard, you have the ball in your hands 60-70% of the game, right? And you can't shoot the ball, you can't make a free throw, you're kind of hurting your team at that point.
Yeah, like
everything else about Ben Simmons' game I love.
Yeah, it's the difference of like what. Okay, Ben Simmons' ceiling, like everybody knew Ben Simmons' ceiling is LeBron. Like that's the name that you hear when you hear Ben Simmons' name.
Magic Johnson.
Or Magic Johnson, or something like that.
Guards, yeah.
But they all had a jump shot, so like, what'll make him the difference between him being LeBron and him just being like Dorian Finney-Smith with a ball hand?
Magic Johnson's jumper wasn't reliable, but like he punished defenders for putting them in the post. Mm-hmm. Ben Simmons doesn't do that.
He doesn't have a post.
It's just drive left, drive right.
Yeah, he doesn't even have post.
You're 6'10", my guy. You're faster than centers, and you're bigger than guards.
Yeah, it's just
you should be able to exploit that and average at least 20-something a game, even without a jump shot.
We're here just asking for the bare minimum. Just bare minimum, like post game. Like Drew Holiday is a fucking post game.
Yeah, Ben Simmons added a drop step. Oh my goodness. Or a little baby hook.
He has the baby hook too. He has that like he comes off the side, he snakes the screen and then does that little thing. But like
we've seen how Jokic manipulates defenses out of the post.
He has to go. He has to go to a post coach or something, a post game coach or something.
He needs to get out of Philly. He needs to find a better fit for him. But I don't know. These playoffs really dampened the value.
It really did, and like for him. Like let's say he stays because Daryl Morey wants to finagle someone, so he stays. So he doesn't play the first 10 games, and like his trade value just goes down for every day that he's not traded. His trade value goes down.
It's just you're not gonna get
crazy.
You're not gonna get like a Dame Lillard.
Like at some point, Ben Simmons' trade value by the trade deadline will probably
It was James Harden.
It was James Harden, and then now it's like maybe C.J. McCollum.
Like
maybe
a star, yeah.
Maybe. So and even then, like C.J. McCollum won't work in this roster.
I think he's played his last game as a Sixer.
He has, and it kind of sucks how the way it turned out too. It kind of sucks how like you saw like one of the like most like questionable plays ever in NBA history, and then like that'll be his last game.
So if they were to trade Ben Simmons, you have some trade packages because I mean,
yeah.
Philly's going to need a point guard. I don't know if they're going to try to package him and Tyrese Maxey because that would leave just Shake Milton as the only PG on the roster.
Yeah. There have been various talks of like something about Tyrese Maxey too, because the thing is like if you guys didn't know, Ben Simmons is clutch. Yeah. He's in clutch. So like you have 3 guys trying to get deals for themselves. You have Ben Simmons himself, you have Daryl Morey and Clutch and Rich Paul basically. And like Clutch owns the NBA. Basically. Yeah. So like Clutch especially needs him to be somewhere where he'll be like in heaven basically. So again, it'll probably be a California team because that's where he said he wants to go besides Sacramento. Sorry, Yoshi. But
what did the Clippers have to offer?
Nothing.
The Lakers?
Nothing.
Everyone was on a minimum.
So it's just Golden State, and even then that's too high.
I mean, I'd give up Wiseman.
Yeah, I mean, one of these trades here was...
Wiseman Kuminga.
It was Wiseman, Wiggins, or before this draft, it was Wiseman, Wiggins, and the 2 picks.
I would have done that if I was Philadelphia.
Right, but then now the picks have been set, and
Yeah.
so it kind of changes your perspective a little bit from like a regular GM standpoint. It kind of changes the perspective that like, okay, those are the picks, and like then you have to see like how it works, because like, okay, let's say you do land Moses, like it does work, but then to match salaries you kind of have to give up Maxey anyway, so like does Shake become your point guard, and then you're now top heavy with Shake, Moses, Seth, and Danny, and Matisse. So like it's just that's weird. So yeah, now one of these trades would be Simmons and Thibault for Wiggins, Wiseman, and Moody, and a pick.
I mean, that'd work, because then Tyrese Maxey would be elevated to the starting point guard, which he has potential to be a good point guard.
Yeah.
You add another scorer in Andrew Wiggins. Wiseman's developmental piece, who I'd have behind Embiid over Drummond. I'd rather have Wiseman.
Yeah.
And who was it? Moses Moody?
Moses Moody.
Another shooter.
I don't know.
They give up Thibault, right?
They give up Thibault.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
kind of.
I don't know. That's the thing. Usually trade packages, when you hop on Trade Machine, they're usually a little easier than this.
Yeah.
This is like one of the hardest things that like.
Morey screwed himself by saying they had a package already for James Harden, so now he's just living with that. Oh, we could have had Harden.
Could have.
So, yeah, but no, you can't do that anymore. It's too late. Teams already seen that. Like he's acting like teams didn't see what happened in the postseason.
I know exactly, and so like, there are some trades that I think make sense, because I feel like it'll benefit Ben Simmons to go into completely new territory, like a team that like
Minnesota,
they Indiana, Sacramento.
They said Minnesota and Toronto are like the 2 teams that are like
right,
like really like pursuing him, like that they're hitting up Daryl Morey. But the thing with Minnesota, they want to pair up Cat, D'Lo, and Ben.
Yeah.
But what do you have to give up that? That Philly wants a return.
Yeah, Minnesota doesn't. I don't know. Like Minnesota, it doesn't make sense. But like on the Philadelphia side, it makes sense. I don't know. It's really hard to see from both sides. Like, okay, we got this Pacers trade, which I like the most. Any trade that had Brogdon, I think made the most sense for me. Mm-hmm. So it's Simmons straight up for Brogdon and T.J. Warren for salary cap purposes.
Yeah.
And so I think that'll fit this team more, because I like Brogdon a lot, and Brogdon is always consistent. He had a 50-40-90 splits his rookie year, and won Rookie of the Year. And so I like Brogdon because I feel like
he'd help this team.
But I think this will lead to a domino effect into where Simmons is gone. They'll look at Brogdon here, and then they'll see, okay, maybe Tobias Harris doesn't make any sense, or maybe Seth Curry doesn't make any sense.
No, Seth Curry's.
I mean, Seth Curry makes sense, but like Seth Curry has kind of been like, who knows? He could go back to Dallas. I'm like,
at the time I was happy about Josh Richardson, but now it's like, damn, we really give Seth Curry for nothing, and now look at him.
Yeah.
So he's never leaving.
Yeah, I think the dominoes will fall to be like, okay, Ben Simmons, and then Tobias will probably fall too, because like I don't know if Brogdon.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get the Bosch tweet. Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris traded for like Dame Lillard.
That's a lot of money.
Because Portland wants to blow it up.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like there's a Spurs also makes sense. I don't know. Like Brogdon, DeJounte, De'Aaron, and I'd say like Colin Sexton are 4 guards that make sense for this team.
Yeah.
And if I were to choose one that will benefit this team, it'd probably be Brogdon or DeJounte. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. Which would you take? Because like
I mean, DeJounte fits like identity. I mean, he's not the shooter that they need. Malcolm Brogdon probably. I mean, he's just steady. He shoots the ball well, gets to the rim well, facilitates well, and he fits with Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and then if you look at the...
And that you still have Tobias Harris as a secondary creator.
Yeah, and then if you look at... Okay, let's say that trade goes through.
Yeah.
Let's look at the Pacers' point of view. We already covered the Pacers, so let's go over the depth chart
It's kind of tough for them, too, because
Sabonis
he's
and Miles Turner.
Yeah.
They're both operating the paint. They can both shoot threes, though. But as we've seen, Joel Embiid can shoot threes too, but it's not.
That's not his primary focus.
Yeah, so you have who's your point? Like TJ McConnell's your point guard now, and then Ben Simmons at the 3.
I think Ben Simmons slides in at your 1.
At your 1,
yeah.
And then you have Karras and TJ Warren.
They don't know if TJ Warren's gonna be back next year.
Oh yeah, that too. And so then what is it? Oh, not even Edmund Sumner, rip.
Yeah.
And then the Pacers, that'll be weird. That'll be a different problem for the Pacers. But
I always thought that the one that made the most sense at the time was just Ben for CJ.
Yeah, that always makes sense to me. I was like, dude.
Portland gets their defender that they needed.
Uh-huh.
And the offense kind of fits Ben well. It's a spaced out 5-out style, minus Nurkic. Philadelphia gets a scorer. I mean, I obviously there'd be other pieces involved in the trade, but just those two as the foundation, a switch like that. I don't see why not.
Yeah, this is all Daryl Morey's fault because it's all timing. Because the timing of it is so bad to the point where it's value, timing, leverage, clutch. Ben Simmons himself, where all these factors are coming in, where it's just so hard because the timing of Portland, right? They don't know if they want to blow it up or not because Dame wants to stay, but they gave him 3 free agents and through trades that are so but that they don't even help him. He's getting so much pressure to leave Portland, and so. And before you had the perfect trade package for James Harden that would have taken you to the finals probably, and then you lost that. So then again, now it goes back to the timing of Portland doesn't make any sense because they're kind of rebuilding but kind of not, and then you have other teams who just re-signed their core pieces that now doesn't make any sense for them to go to Ben Simmons. The value of Ben Simmons, either they don't have enough because they want to keep a certain amount of players, and then Daryl Morey wants those players. So it's all just timing, and it's all fucked. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's so hard. And at the end of the day, it's it's literally just Daryl Morey, who if that James Harden trade went down, we wouldn't have been doing any of this. And so and again. Clutch is also the main antagonist here.
Is Pat Bev still in Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he loves it there.
So there is a way for Minnesota to do it and keep their core. They own all their picks, first round picks for the next 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
They don't owe any teams. They have the most. I know they didn't pick last year, but they could theoretically offer the most first round picks and the most pick swaps, whatever Daryl Morey wants. Mm-hmm. And then you're looking at a team with Anthony Edwards, D'Lo, Ben, and Cat. That's a pretty good core for a team. Because you're not going to get a free agent to go to Minnesota.
No.
Right? So, if you're Minnesota's GM, hey, this is our chance to, do something since the KG days.
Yeah.
And you get Ben Simmons.
And that's the thing and even then for Tim,
at that point, you got to take the chance if you're Minnesota. When is the chance ever going to rise a disgruntled star player?
That is true. And
hey, they might just say, screw it, hey, let's just give them these first. Let's see what we can build here. Because
right.
all of our guys are young. Anthony Edwards just turned 20.
Yeah, but then you have to think of contracts too, because again, Ben Simmons is on a 33-4 year.
That's where you had a Pat Bev's contract.
Which is is it 32?
I know he got a big contract from the Clippers. I don't know exact numbers.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
but obviously they'd have to like match.
Yeah, they
salaries.
have to match contracts. That's the thing,
Like,
and I
yeah.
know Daryl Morey is gonna want either Anthony Edwards or D'Angelo. So that's the thing. It's gonna be hard. It's all timing. It's all timing and stuff, and like. There are some of these trades you look at it and it's like it does make sense, but like for sure there's a loser somewhere and it's just hard. It's just really hard. Like, but I think it's either one of those 4 teams: Timberwolves, the Spurs, the Kings, the Pacers, and that's it. I think those 4 teams probably make the most sense.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing a team. Oh, probably Toronto maybe, but Toronto again, like I don't. You lost Cal.
And Malik Beasley's has a big contract too.
Malik Beasley. Oh yeah, he does have a big contract. I don't know. We'll see. But I think 5 teams. Toronto's kind of an iffy, but I think 5 teams will probably be Ben Simmons' new home, which I think will be good for him because he wants to go to a contending team, but it just doesn't make any sense because, again, you just had a poor playoff performance. I don't think any other contending GMs are looking at you and saying, we're willing to take that chance again.
Ben Simmons is going to shock the world next year.
So if he's in Indiana, if he's in Minnesota, if he's in Sacramento, he can raise his value again. And we'll see if he wants to go somewhere because wherever he goes, he's going to be under contract for the next 4 years, which he'll then be 30, I think, because he's 25, 26 now? Or 24?
He's still young.
Yeah, I know he's still young, which is actually ridiculous, but...
Yeah, but he is. Where is his age? Why doesn't it show his age here?
I think he's 20 something. He's 24, right?
Doesn't show. Come on, Basketball Reference.
Ah, fucking basketball. See,
He's 25.
25. Okay, so he'll be 29 when he's out of the contract. 29 to 30. So he's in his prime, and at that point, again, he can go wherever he wants, and we'll see where he is 4 years from now.
Who knows? He ends up in Minnesota. He loves it, and end up winning three trophies in a row.
3 trophies in a row. Like, we'll see. I don't know. The way the NBA... Oh, shoot. Oops. The way the NBA goes, or is going in the direction, it's just that, again, you just have to have a jump shot. So I hope, like, a new coaching staff, a new training staff, like, who's the I don't even know who the coach is for fucking Minnesota.
Chris Finch, I think.
Oh, Chris Finch. Chris Finch tells him, I don't give a... Just like, I'm pretty sure one of these coaches in these other teams are going to be like, I don't give a fuck. Just shoot.
Yeah, Chris.
Just, I don't... We're losing. We're going to lose. Just shoot. We're not trying to win now. Just shoot. Just shoot. It's like, just shoot. Just think of it as a pickup game every game. Pretend you're in Chris Brickley's freaking... Or what was the one? The other one? That was like really famous like for one summer.
It doesn't help that his trainers are practicing defenders going over the screen on him. Like, it doesn't help. Don't give him that false sense of hope. Like, no one is going over on you, bro.
That shit killed me when I saw it.
Under the free throw line on the screen on you.
Yeah.
And I'll meet you when you drive into the paint on me.
That shit killed me when I saw the video because everybody
really?
on the comments was like, I'm not falling for it again. I'm not falling for it again.
Who's going over on Ben Simmons?
I don't.
If you go over on Ben Simmons, you're going to the bench.
Yeah.
You're on the bench.
That has to be a rule among these teams. If you go over Ben Simmons, you're not playing.
Yeah.
But like, just shoot. So like it'll make them. Oh, Rico Hines, that's what it was.
Yeah, like we don't need him to be like KD between your legs, pull up from 3. Like
No.
just a catch and shoot shooter. That's all we need from you. That's all we need, Ben.
Yeah. And even then, like he can show.
I mean, he killed Rudy Gobert. I had to bring it up.
Stop.
I had
So what? He has to play Rudy Gobert every night for him to show his potential.
I had to bring it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, he scored 42 on the deep. Yeah, I still remember the number. He scored 42.
That was without Embiid, right?
It was without Embiid.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's just that Philly isn't the fit for him.
It's just not the fit.
I'm telling you, watch Ben. He's gonna have a career renaissance, and people are gonna think I'm crazy, but I think he's a good player, man. I think we just get caught up, like with Kuzma. We get caught up with like, damn, like yo, passed up a lay on Trae Young. Like we get caught up on that, but like when you like look back at his career, like he's a decent player. Solid player. I mean, we could say he's a star.
He's a star.
I mean, all-star, a couple years already. So
again, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. So yeah, that was Philadelphia 76ers GM overview. Leave down in the comments if you think where you think Ben Simmons is gonna go. Make sure to subscribe.
My money's on Minnesota, so.
If you think it's Minnesota, subscribe. If you think it's Indiana, subscribe. If you think it's any other team but the Sixers, subscribe. So yeah, leave down in the comments where you think he's gonna go. If any Philly fans are out there listening to us, who would you like back? Who would you like in return? And if you think it's Daryl Morey's fault that you guys didn't get James Harden. So yeah.